Hi, YouTubers. It's been a while since I've made a YouTube video. Oh boy. A little tired today. Had a little trouble sleeping last night. Don't look at me like that.
You don't look so funny.
I had a little trouble sleeping. On our way back from Uncle Tom's, we were in the back seat of our friend's car, and a deer, being a deer, decided to, well, say hello to the car. I was a little shaken up. Before the impact, I actually saw the deer, and then when it impacted, I saw out into its eyes, and it was just blankness. I'm like, and it was just a little much for me. We made it home fine. The car was drivable. It was drivable. We only had the left side headlights, but other than that, you know, that deer did cause a lot of damage to that car. Of course, I'm pretty sure we caused a lot of damage to the deer. We didn't see it after the impact. A lot of people were saying, well, bring it home, have dinner. It got away, first of all, and I won't skin the deer myself because of the deer ticks. Because I've actually witnessed my stepdad butchering a deer, which I don't have a problem with butchering the deer. You know, that's not it. It's just all those deer ticks. I actually saw, like, it was like black smoke almost. That was how many, like, deer ticks they were on this deer that he had shot. I'm like, no. I got bit by one tick in my life, in a very unpleasant spot. Very unpleasant. Very embarrassing spot. I got bit by a tick on my breast. And they are rather large and pendulous, so it was on the part that kind of just, like, when I sit down, they just kind of fold under. So I'm standing outside on the porch talking to my neighbors, and I get this really sharp pain in my right breast. So I'm like, what is going on? I step back inside, and I pull up my breast, and oh my god, there's a tick trying to burrow into my areola. My friend Jess came in, and she didn't want to touch it. My neighbor's girlfriend did not want to touch it. He, being a gentleman, tried to help. He managed to pull the tick's body off, and then he proceeded to drive me to the emergency room, where the doctor said, well, we're going to have to remove some of the tissue. I'm like, just get it out of me. This is completely uncomfortable. There's nothing worse than having some foreign object burrowed into your skin that you did not want there in the first place. Especially if that's a living creature well, it was no longer living, it was just a head. But it's just so creepy. So I wouldn't have, even if we would have been able to get the deer, I probably would have said, you know what, take me, before you do that, take me back to Uncle Tom's, and I'll stay at Uncle Tom's. I'm not riding in a car with a deer. I can't tell if the deer was tick-free. Probably wasn't, because the deer are in the wild. Yeah, we hit the deer in Center Moreland. And managed to get home. Well, we did. We don't know about our friend, but he was staying with our friends in Ashley. But he lives in Mount Pocono. So we don't know if he's managed to get home yet. We don't know. He might be going back today. Mind you, we're in Center Moreland, out in bum frick Egypt. And we have no cell service. None of us has any cell service. We do have emergency, but nobody was hurt except the car and the deer. We're not going to call an ambulance for the damn deer. It's all damn fault. We weren't going fast. We were paying attention. Well, Nick was paying attention. We both saw the deer. Funny, Jonathan and the other passenger did not see the deer, and they were on the side of the deer.
I was looking at you.
Apparently, John was looking at me. I didn't know he was looking at me. I don't remember much before that. And all the other person in the car saw was parts flying. Because, the passengers don't need to pay attention to the road. I pay attention to the road, passenger or no. And I didn't freak out till I got home because I didn't want to upset our friend. Because he was upset enough. I told him, don't worry, I'm from the country. I can deal with this. Apparently I couldn't. I've been out of the country so long. And I've been in too many accidents to be like, it's okay. It's not okay. Frickin' deer. It's getting that time of the year again, with the deer running out, because it's getting close to winter. I've heard stories of my relatives hitting deers. I never actually experienced it myself. We've gone deer spotting, and that was the extent of deer. From a safe distance. Speaking of deer from a safe distance, when I went to Job Corps, I was hanging out with my friend Naima. She's a Muslim. She's from Philadelphia. And we're walking back from the cafeteria, and we see deer in between the rec center and our dorm. Lots of space between there. And she's like, oh my god! Are they going to attack? No, they're deer. It was so funny. She hikes up her baya and runs towards the door. Man, I just walk. The only bad part about walking up to the door, we had to walk past the lockdown unit, there was a lockdown dorm for kids that were court-ordered there. The rest of us were all either volunteer or who knows the situation, but they were court-ordered to be there. Because, you know, these kids had broken the law and everything. It made you a little uncomfortable. You know, and it probably would have made me less worried had they not been so stigmatized. Because they had to travel in groups. The only time they mingled was when they were in their own trades. Other than that, they didn't get to mingle. They didn't get to come out to a lot of the things at the rec center. On occasion they did, and I did have a crush on one of the boys. I did attempt to make contact, because you could, there was ways, but apparently I was just too strange for the guy, and I was just like, well, fuck you then. Low flying airplanes.
Yeah.
Too low, too jet. Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Ah. Ask my own question. Oh, and we got this thing going on. Was it the 4th of December?
For what?
12th night?
The 8th.
Oh, the 8th of December. What?
Saturday.
Yeah, the 8th of December. We are going to be going to Medieval Feast for 12th night. It's an SCA kind of event. It's for the House Uranus, which we are a part of. We're not official SCA members as of yet. It's only $45 for the membership, so we're hoping within the next couple of months. At least I am. I don't know if he wants to officially join ASA. What name did we decide on for you?
I don't know. Which one was it?
Just we knew. I like Baron Sanger, but
What was
because
the anagrams?
he just said.
I'm weird.
Yeah, I really like Baron Sanger. Yeah. And I like Urbane Surgeon, but we chose.
Oh, you're really
Yeah, Rosenbaring. That's what we chose. I chose, of course, my pen name, except I had to drop the Countess from it. My pen name is Countess Antoulon, which the initial spells out cat. I thought that was always cool. I can't remember where I got the middle part of it from. The Anne, I don't remember. Countess was sort of a vampiric title for me. Toulon, if you're familiar with the Puppet Master movies, that's the name of the family of the Puppets Guard. Corey Feldman played one of the Toulons in Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. The only reason I watched it because of Corey Feldman, because I knew it was going to be kind of like crappy because it was a versus movie. The original Puppet Masters, love them. I don't own any yet. If I could find them cheap, like I could find my Hellraisers and my Nightmare on Elm Streets, I'm going to scrape them up. And my aunt had the Blade doll. Blade's my favorite. He's just so silent. I mean, they're all silent, but he's really, he is the epitome of silence. What? Oh. How about, here.
It was aimed at your chin.
It was aimed at my chin, apparently. I can't tell, and I'm so tired, my hand don't want to lift itself up. Yeah. What else is going on? We got home visits. Only 2 hours twice a week in our home, 2 hours each day. And it varies from week to week with our children. And I'll tell you what, when the kids come,
They don't want to leave.
they don't want to leave. They know this is where they're supposed to be. My kids are amazing. They're not dumb. Show them pony.
Drew's a little horsey. Well, not so little. Yeah, dude. She loves this thing.
And she sits on it and she just jumps up and down. It's so cute. And then when the foster mother, my friend Jamie, well, friend is used loosely, she's gotten a little questionable. And when she comes to pick them up, my son literally just grabs onto my collar like, Mommy, don't let me go. And my son's only 1. They know where their home is, whether or not my son's never been in my house. Because he's like been in my house like very quickly when she had to come in and tell us something and she didn't want to leave him in the car. But other than that, we didn't get to take him home. And Drusilla, you know, she never lived here. I moved here after the flood, you know. But I think children have that innate knowing of who their parents are. They just know. She may occasionally call Jamie Mommy or Mama, but that's only when Jamie's in the, you know, around. When it's just me, she calls me Mama and Mommy. And I, you know, other than that, she responds to me calling Aunt Jamie, until Aunt Jamie comes in the room. And it's kind of reinforced by Jamie's mother to call Drew to call Jamie Mama. Because she will call Jamie Drew's mother, and I'm just like, excuse me? I didn't like say it out loud, but I was just thinking, excuse me? It'd be a different situation if, you know, I didn't have any interest in my children, I wasn't trying to get them back, you know, or if I lost custody, because I didn't technically lose custody yet. They're just ward of the state at this point. And she doesn't have legal custody. They're in the custody of children and youth. I said, you know, why don't you see if you can get her to say just either Mama Jamie or Aunt Jamie. You know, she only calls me B when Jamie is around, because that's what Jamie calls me, B. But my kids know who their parents are. They never want to leave when they're here. They're probably like, when are we going to be able to stay? And I can't tell them when, because it's a slow process. At least we've gotten to the point where the kids are visiting in our home. Eventually they're going to increase the time, and we're going to get unsupervised, and it's going to get longer. You know, they have to gradually move the kids back into the home for a nice, easy transition to where they're not completely emotionally damaged. Jamie thinks it's been too long already, is that she should just be able to adopt them over my dead body. Now, I did tell her, I don't really think of it as a lie per se, but if something would have to happen, that she would get the kids, I didn't want to get into it with her, but I do not want her to ever have custody of my children. I would give the custody to somebody that I know would respect how I would want my children raised, because she does not. I'll have the chicken and McDarkness.
Some Kingdom Hearts.
He's reading
TV tropes.
TV tropes.
Very weird stuff. Your phone's almost dead.
Well, my phone's almost dead, so I'm gonna charge it, and then I'm gonna upload the video. So see ya.